The following is the transcript of the tape-recorded interview with Anonymous. Last night, a known male rang the News of the World and said he'd been offered £30,000 to kill Tucker and Tate. Rolf was only killed because he was with them. The police have been to the relatives twice already and say now he's 100 miles from London. The rendezvous for the murder was arranged by Wally Nichols from Canning Town. He knows that the victims had upset the Tibbs family. The following is from the 10th of the 12th, 95. What do you know? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to name names or anything. No? Well, I was offered the contract to kill 3 fellas. Or 2 of them. Yeah, right. Hello? Say that again. You was offered the contract to do what? To kill 2 of them. Yeah? Which 2? You're not taping this. Are you sure? No. Are you sure? Yeah, if we tape it, you normally hear a beep beep on the line. So what can you tell us about it? Why were they killed? It's not of that Leah Betts, that's one thing I'll tell you. Yeah? What's it about? It's the biggest gang war going on, mate, since the Crays ran London. The Crays and the Richardsons. Alright. They weren't top-notch geezers. Tucker was a bit top-notch. Yeah? Tate was one of his henchmen. But Rolf's a nothing. He's a nobody. Tucker was, yeah? I've heard that they've double-crossed somebody on a drugs deal, and that's why they were killed. Bollocks, mate. What was the truth? Well, how you heard that then? You know what I mean? One of our snouts, you know, just told us that. But you probably had 100 stories. Yeah. What was it about then? It's all about who's going to run what, mate. You know what I mean? Work it out yourself. Essex ain't too far from the East End of London, is it? I mean, Rolf's a nobody. Have you heard that already? You've heard that? Yeah. What? That he's a gopher? Yeah. He just got mixed up in it all, mate. You know what I mean? What was he doing with them? He's just basically their gopher. Drives them about. He's a messenger boy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the other 2 you say are top notch. Tucker is definitely. If I told you the names who are involved in it, I'll tell you the names now. Because you've got no proof unless I come up with it anyway. Yeah? You know who's involved with them? Who? Frankie Warren. In what way? The money man. How can you prove that? I'll prove it. Well, what do you know about it? I know a fair bit. But what I can prove is different, isn't it? Yeah? Well, go on. Tell us what you know then. I mean, I don't know who you are. It's all over territory and everything, mate. So Warren is sort of providing the money for them to finance drug deals, is he? Nigel Benn's involved as well. What's Ben up to? Don't you know what Nigel Benn was doing before he was a boxer? All this bollocks? What was he doing? Dealing in drugs? He's a fucking leg breaker, mate. Into drugs and everything. Is he? Tucker was his minder, wasn't he? Definitely. He wasn't so much his minder as his mate. They worked together. And Warren was involved in Tucker and Tate. Warren's a money man. I mean, Nigel Benn's got money now, but he didn't always have, did he? Yeah. Warren's the money man. Yeah? And he was with Tucker and Tate, was he? Yeah, definitely. They're all in the same firm. And who did they upset then? Sorry? Who did they upset? You know the fighting fireman? Yeah? Who are we on about? You tell me. Old, what's his name? Give me the initials. I'll tell you his name. Tell me. Go on. I can't think of his name. I know the bloke. The former champion of, former champion boxer. Basildon. The one who shot Frank Warren. Yeah? That's right, yeah. All mixed up with that as well, mate. So what's he got to do with it? The different firms, mate. That's what it's all over. And who's in the other firm then? Jimmy Tibbs. Yeah, Tibbs? Yeah, the boxing trainer whose family took over the East End of London after the Crays got locked up. That's Tibbs, is it? Yeah. Who else? There's someone with the initials BB. Who are you on about? I think you're onto the wrong track, mate. Yeah, okay. Barry Hearn's mixed up in it as well. Do you want to meet one of our blokes? Tell him what you know. Well, I've had it on my toes at the moment, mate, I tell you. I'm nowhere near the bloody place, like. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you say you was offered the contract? I was offered the contract. I didn't want to get involved. Where had they been? What happened that night? Do you know? Sorry? What happened the night they were killed? Well, someone had arranged a meet. A bloke called Nichols from Canning Town in East London arranged a meeting. Wally Nichols. Used to be an enemy of the Tibbs, mate, I tell you. You check on your history with the last 15 years and you know it's been going on for a long time. He was an enemy of the Tibbs? Yeah. Nichols was? Yeah. So he arranged the meeting with these three? Yeah. Where? Wherever they got fucking done, mate, I tell ya. Yeah? In Essex? Yeah. And they went there and what happened? Well, you know what fucking happened. It's all over your fucking paper. Were they ambushed? Or was it Nichols? I don't fucking know. I wasn't there, like. I don't know the ins and outs of it completely. I mean, the only reason I'm talking to you now is, one, I've got to fuck off forever, like. Because if people think I've double-crossed them, which they do, right? Because there's been people knocking on the door for me today, right? I'm gonna fucking go as well, like. It's all gonna fucking explode over the next couple of weeks, mate. There's gonna be people fucking going everywhere, like. You know what I mean? And who tried to get you to do the contract? Look, mate, I'm not saying right now, I'm fucked, like. You know what I mean? I can't go to the fucking old bill because there's bent old bill and everything in there. Was it Nichols? Or was it... No, mate. The ones that got done, most of them are fucking like... You're playing a game of chess. They're not the kings or fucking queens. Like, one of them's a fucking pawn. You know what I mean? It's Rolf, a fucking pawn. Tucker's a fucking major player, like. But nothing in the top league, like. You know what I mean? Who's the king, then? Frank Warren? Yes. And is Warren in league with Tibbs? Work it out yourself. And Wally Nichols? Nichols and Tibbs are enemies. You check back to London history 25 years ago, they were blowing each other's cars up 25 years ago. I mean, how do I know you're not fucking working with them? I don't know who you are, do I? How do I not know you're tipping them off? How much did they offer you to kill all these blokes? 30 grand. Are you in that game now? Huh? Are you into that? Mate, I'm not going to say nothing that's going to incriminate myself. What I want is out of the country. It's a lot bigger than I am. And what's going to happen now? Mate, it's going to be like, God knows. It'll be like nothing you've ever seen before, mate. It's going to go on and on and on now. I reckon in the next 3 months there's going to be more fucking killings than God knows what. Okay, what sort of drugs are they dealing in? Cocaine, everything. Ecstasy, everything. Everything, mate. Where there's money, they do it. Had they got money, this lot? Tate and Tucker? Yeah, not mega money. But as I say, they're henchmen, really. I mean, Tucker's fucking, like, higher up than Tate, like. You know what I mean? Tate's a fucking div without brains, really, like. You know what I mean? If Tate wants to break someone's legs, he'll go and do it, like. You know what I mean? He's really Tucker's minder. But Tucker's nowhere near the top. So why would Nichols want them dead, then? They're enemies of the fucking Tibbs, like. You know what I mean? Check your history, mate. If they're enemies of Tibbs, and Nichols is an enemy of Tibbs... No. Nichols and Tibbs are enemies. Yeah, and they were in with Tibbs, were they? Is that what you're saying? Eh? That these three blokes were in with Tibbs? In a minute. Right. So you're saying Nichols arranged a meeting? I'll phone you back tomorrow, alright? Alright. Do you want to leave us a number or somewhere we can contact? Well, I'm not leaving you my fucking number, am I? For fuck's sake. Have you got a mobile? No, I'm not giving you nothing like that. You know what I mean? When were you offered the contract? A week ago. And how did this come about? Was you in a pub or something? Or... Mate, they don't just walk up to you. Do you think people just walk up and say, are you going to kill somebody? No. They know you, don't they? Yeah. And did they explain any of the background to you? Or they just said, we want them dead or what? Mate, we just had a conversation. You don't ask details. You take the money, you do the business. But when I knew who was involved in it, when I heard the names they wanted done, I knew what it was all about. When Tucker's name was mentioned, I thought, fuck this, I ain't getting involved, like, you know what I mean? And these people today, the only reason I'm talking to people like yourself, I can't go to the fucking old bill, right? They've been round, they've knocked on 2 of my relations' doors today looking for me. I'm 100 fucking miles from London now. And why did you turn it down? Because I knew what was going to go on, mate. I ain't fucking daft, you know what I mean? I knew it would come back. Yeah, so do you know who actually carried out the contract? Eh? Do you know who actually carried out the contract? Well, I don't like, you know what I mean? I tell you another thing. I'll get hold of Frankie tonight and I'll see where he fucking is. And where do you think he is? He won't be where you fucking want to find him. Do you think he's in hiding? I'd be surprised if he's still alive, mate. You think he's responsible for this? I'm not saying he's fucking responsible for it, but what I'm saying is, have you heard from him lately? Have you tried to get hold of him today? No. Okay. Do you think he might have done it? Why would I say he's done it? You know him and Warren have a fucking aggro with each other, don't you? Everyone knows, don't they? Work it out, you know what I mean? He wouldn't have been the actual hitman though, would he? It's been going on for years, mate, I tell you. Let's put it this way. If half the fucking boxing managers in this country won't have lives left if it all comes to... What about Warren? Wouldn't he be in the same danger now? I'll fucking definitely try and get hold of Frank Warren tonight, you know what I mean? I'll try and get hold of Bert McCarthy tonight. Why, what's he up to? Well, let's fucking check. You're the reporters, like, you know what I mean? You're the next best thing to the old Bill for finding things out. Why don't you go to the police? I won't go to the old Bill, mate, I'm telling you. None of them will go to the old Bill. What about you? You don't trust them? Trust who? The old Bill. Do I fuck? They've got old Bill and everything, mate. I tell you what, mate. There's going to be killings everywhere going on over this. What coppers are involved? Listen, you want to meet me, right? I've got tape recorders and everything. I'll prove what I'm saying is right for what it's worth. A lot of money? 100 grand. Could be, yeah. But what I want out of the country as well, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where do you want to meet somebody? Mate, I don't know who I can trust, that's the problem. Well, you can trust us. How do I know that? How do I know you're not in there? Well, we wouldn't be, would we? We're a newspaper. We're not. There's an MP involved as well. Teddy Taylor. What's he up to? Well, fuck me. It goes on deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. It'd take 3 to 4 weeks to tell you everything. The MP for Southend? Yeah, right. That area. It's all coming into place. How do you know you're telling the truth? How do you know I'm not? That's true. It's wild, isn't it? The whole lot of it's wild, isn't it? Why don't you meet one of our reporters? When? Tomorrow morning. Where? It would have to be in a public place somewhere. Fucking right and all, mate. I don't want to meet you in a McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's fine, yeah. You say a place. Well, what town? You're 100 miles from London, aren't you? Anywhere within a 40-mile radius of London. What about McDonald's in Streatham? Streatham? Yeah. You tell me a place that you know, a McDonald's that you know on the A13. Between 9:30 and 10. Sorry? On between 9:30 and 10. Right, okay. What's your name? Eddie. And I'll see you in the morning, yeah? I won't be here after 9, that's the only thing. Who do I ask for then in your absence? Ask for David or Greg. David or Greg. Right, mate. Okay, make sure you're cool. Right.